What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mood616, and thank you once again for stopping in for another Top 10 Tuesday. Today's episode is episode 31, and we are going to be talking about some extreme horror films. Now, the word extreme comes off to people, and I think it means different things to different people. Basically, when I hear the word extreme, to me it can be anything from, blood and gore films to, just the content of a specific film, or it could be just the nastiness of a film too. So, I mean, it really doesn't matter. I think how I compiled this list is I kind of threw all those type of things into this list here. Certain things that make me gag I consider kind of extreme. It's just whatever. It is what it is. I think the term extreme horror film is kind of subjective at times too. So, but yeah, without further ado, let's get into some extreme films. Now, this first one's a great example of a film. And the number 10 here is called Feed. When I first watched this film, holy man, I had such a hard time getting through this movie because it was so disgusting. If you've never seen this one, it's basically about these guys that have this, fetish for fat women, and what they do is they feed them, and it's like a competition to get them as fat as possible, and it's just fucking nasty. Like, to me, the idea is pretty extreme. It's pretty out there. So I thought, what the hell, man? I'll just throw this in here. It's not your, your typical extreme type horror film. I don't know. Yeah, Feed, this one right here is nasty. And like I said, the reason why I put this in here is because it made me gag over and over and over again. It's just a depraved film, man, really. It's gross. But yeah, Feed, number 10. Number 9 here, I kind of cheated because I didn't really know which one to pick because all these movies are fucking nasty as fuck in my opinion. And basically what it came down to is I put the whole Vomit Gore trilogy at number 9. Of course, Slaughter, Vomit, Dolls right here, which is absolutely disgusting. I think there's even pictures of people puking on the back. You can see some right there. Oh man, these Lucifer Valentine films are nasty. Regurgitated Sacrifice. I love the covers on these, man. These are fantastic. And of course, Slow Torture Puke Chamber. Again, really nasty, depraved, fucked up shit, man. This is just, it's stuff that you can't really watch all the time, but, I don't think they're great films, but I think they're entertaining enough and just wild and out there enough that, they hold a special place in my heart, oddly enough. So that's number 9. Number 8 is a film by Marion Dora, which is actually the only Marion Dora film I've seen. I haven't seen Melancholy Dear Angle and his other one too, which is, the name slips my mind right now. Voyage to a Goddess. I really enjoyed this film. I thought it was very kind of artsy. I thought it was really well done, actually. But it's just got some nastiness, extremeness to it, man. It's pretty fucking brutal, actually. But yeah, it's an interesting flick because, like I said, it's shot pretty well. It's got a pretty interesting premise, but it's just depraved and nasty. Apparently, it's not even close to, his nasty as shit, but I thought this was a really cool, kind of artsy, extreme film. Voice to a Goddess, released by Massacre Video, and that was number 7, I believe? Yeah, that was number 7, so. Alright. No, that was number 8. Number 7 is Grotesque. This film right here is fucking awesome. This copy is actually still sealed. I have seen this before, I just never got around to opening up this one. Yeah, this is a nasty, nasty film, and the title kind of says it all. It's torture, man. It's torture shit, and it's just fucking depraved and nasty. What can I say, man? Grotesque. If you've never seen this one, definitely give it a shot. I believe this movie is directed. No, this is a Japanese flick, I believe. Released by Tokyo Shock. But yeah, you know what you're getting yourself into with a film like this. Check it out. It's awesome shit right there. Grotesque at number 7. Number 6 is, of course, Martyrs. Had to put this on the list. Martyrs is an extremely hard film to watch. It definitely falls in that extreme category quite well. I really enjoy this film. I think it's interesting that it's, it feels like, kind of 2 or 3 different type of films at one time. Starts out as one film and it kind of ends up as another, but yeah, I don't know. This one, when I first watched it, I was floored by it. I was like, damn, that is one insane film. Yeah, we all know the story of Martyrs. It's pretty nasty, but it's just a hard watch for me, so I, consider it to be an extreme film. So, Martyrs, number 6. Number 5 is Traces of Death, Volume 1. Steve, if you're watching this, I finally got around to checking out this. Holy fuck, is this ever brutal. Now, Traces of Death is actual real death videos and shit, and it's really, really hard to watch, so it's super extreme in my opinion. But yeah, if you're not into real death videos and shit, I think it says right on the back here. Yeah, you will see actual suicides, murders, autopsies, and embalmings. So shit like that, it's pretty nasty, but yeah, it fits the extreme category quite well. I gotta somehow get through the other 4 someday. But Traces of Death, if you're into these shockumentaries and stuff, Traces of Death is pretty good. I actually have a shitload of shockumentaries in my collection, like all the Mondo films and stuff too. But yeah, Traces of Death, pretty crazy. And that was number 5. Number 4 is, of course, a Serbian film. This is that official bootleg version that came out a few years ago. That goes for stupid money. I actually really enjoyed this. I know a lot of people didn't really like the packaging on it, so I thought it was actually kind of cool how they made it look like this. Really interesting. But yeah, we all know a Serbian film, and this one right here is more for the content. The baby fucking and just the other nastiness that's going on in the film. I personally really love a Serbian film. I think it's a really well-made film. Got some nasty gore, nasty content. The ending is just brutal. I know a lot of people argue all the time with the ending for the film, saying that, you didn't necessarily need to show what happens. You could have just used your imagination. But, either way, it's fine with me. I think showing it was just, wow, it floored me. But a Serbian film, great film, man. It's hard, and a lot of people dislike it because it has some pretty interesting content. But, yeah, I really dig it, man. And that is number 4. Number 3 is August Underground. When I first watched August Underground, I absolutely fell in love with it. I was this is the craziest shit. Just because it feels so surreal, or like almost real in a way. And I mean, that was Fred Vogel's intention with doing August Underground, was to have that realism feel, just the day in the life of serial killers, and this is what we do, and this is how it comes out when we film it, kind of thing. I really enjoyed that, but the gore in this is just outstanding, man. They just make it so insane, and I think that's what makes August Underground so effective, is that it does look so real. It's not cheesy at all. But yeah, you can't deny the fact it's pretty damn extreme, pretty crazy filmmaking. Like it or not, I mean, you can't deny the effects are amazing. So, but yeah, August Underground, number 3. And of course, number 2 is August Underground's Mortem. This one is just, oh man, it's crazy shit. Yeah, when I watched this one, I was like, wow, I kind of expected it to be, kind of a step up from August Underground. And this one really did deliver. It's just depraved and nasty and gory and crazy. I don't know. Everything I was looking, that I was expecting from Mortem, I actually got out of it. So, pretty crazy shit. If you've never seen the August Underground films, maybe give them a shot. They're definitely not for everybody. I don't really ever recommend the August Underground films to anybody. Kind of like the Vomit Gore trilogy. I've actually recommended them to people before and they've hated them. So, but I can see why. It's not for everybody. So, but yeah, Mortem, number 2, and of course number 1 is probably going to surprise a lot of people, but I'll explain. And that is The Girl Next Door. This movie I have such a hard time watching. I think it's the whole idea of, this white kind of suburban picket fenced area. And, everything should be all good in these neighborhoods. Then you got this shit going on. But it's just the way it goes down. If you've never seen this film, I won't try to ruin anything. But, basically, these 2 siblings, they live with their auntie and uncle. And the auntie's really sick and depraved. And she has it in for the oldest daughter. And basically, they kind of do a lot of nasty shit to her with some neighborhood kids. And I don't know, man. There's something about this movie I just find to be so fucking disturbing, man. It's inspired by actual events. I'm sure it's not exactly how it went down in the film, but it never really is. But so I should read the book sometime. But the Girl Next Door, it's a hard one, and it's really sad and just, man, it's almost like a train wreck. It's hard to get through, because it's just, I guess, extreme. I don't know. I'm not saying this is the most extreme film ever made. It's just the one that kind of hits me the hardest. You know, with Mortem and stuff like that, those ones, they get in my head. But the Girl Next Door, there's something about the, you know, the realism of it too, that could probably just happen in any type of neighborhood, which is really disturbing to me. So, but yeah, The Girl Next Door. Do a quick wrap up here. Number 1. Number 2, of course, is Fred Vogel's Mortem. Number 3, August Underground. Number 4, a Serbian film. Number 5 is Traces of Death. And there's so many of these real-life shockumentaries, but yeah, I do recommend that. It's pretty nasty. Number 6, Martyrs. Number 7 is Grotesque. Number 8, Voyage to a Goddess. Number 9 is the Vomit Gore Trilogy, because I cheated. And number 10 is Feed, and for the sole gag factor, this one's fucking gross. And yeah, that's gonna do it for my top 10 extreme films. You know, I left off a lot of more extreme films for sure. I was even thinking about putting a Roscoe the Embalmer on here. That's it's a documentary about a Roscoe the Embalmer, and it just shows a lot of nastiness in there. Like all the Monde Kanye films, there's so many shockumentaries that are just extremely horrific. I even liked, you know, Trauma Suicide. I thought was a pretty interesting one. It was a pretty cool idea. Not the greatest film, but pretty cool. Irreversible, I think, is another extreme film that pisses me off when I watch it because that rape scene is brutal. Bazemoy. I don't know. The list goes on and on. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I'll see you in the next episode, 32. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Leave comments below. Make sure to check out everyone else's videos. I'll have the links down below. So yeah, peace out, guys. Chars.